Last week you learned that AR says at the end of a multisyllable word, like sugar. Today you are learning three more sounds for and that's going to be ER, IR, and UR. Now, if we use ER, it is the most common pattern to use for the sound And if you have to guess, if you hear a word and it's got in it and you have to guess what spelling pattern it's going to be, guess ER. There are some hints, and spelling the sound is tricky. It is the hardest. It is difficult, but there are some hints to know when to use one of those three. And here's some of the hints. So ER, the most common, if you have to guess ER. It is often used at the end of a word, and it is often a suffix. For instance, computer, teacher, painter. So it means, as a suffix, it means something that or someone who. So, for instance, teacher, someone who teaches is a teacher. Someone who paints is a painter. Use ER at the end. Or something that computes is a computer. So you would use ER at the end there. Then UR is used usually at the beginning or the middle of words. And very often, not always, but very often, it refers to words in nature and temperatures. So if you're talking about something in nature or something about temperature, you would use UR. So think about fur, 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 okay? Then IR is also found mostly at the beginning or the middle of words, and we usually use IR as a descriptor word. For instance, first or thirsty or firm. We would use IR as those descriptor words. So that's a guide. It gives you a little bit more idea of what to try in a word. So let's put that to practice. Okay, let me grab my whiteboard. My marvelous handwriting with this mouse. Okay, so we're going to do some words here. So remember, I'm going to give you a word. If I haven't said anything, then it is generally, and you're hearing the ER at the end, you're generally going to use ER. If you're hearing the at the end, you're going to use ER. I will tell you when it's a word used to do with temperature or nature, in which case you're going to use UR. Or I will say, okay, this is a descriptor word, and then you know you need to use IR. Okay, so remember that. The first one we're going to do together is clencher. Clencher. That CH is making that chocolate sound for chocolate. Clencher. So, L, E, N, Ch, Let's mark our vowels. L, E, N, Ch, I'm marking this as a vowel because these are called R-controlled vowels. I should have started with that. IR, ER, and UR are vowels that don't say what you think they should say. They don't say E or E or A. That's because the R is controlling them and changing their sounds. So I'm putting a dot there because there is a vowel there that is being controlled by the R. So the word clencher, we're going to put in our consonants. L, E, N for naughty Nick, N, Ch, Okay, I'm gonna add ER in here because we know now that it is the ER because it's found at the end of a multisyllable word, a long word. And then our vowels, we can have an E here, short E sound. Oh, I did this all wrong. I forgot to add the ch in there. Okay. Anyway, let's rewind. So that E is making the short E sound because there is no vowel in the next 1 or 2 taps. And at the end of a word, when we hear we generally spell it with an ER. All right. On your side, I want you to count or to spell Krebler. Krebler. Use a C for Krebler in the beginning. E, B, L, Krebler. Mark the vowels. E, B, L. There's an R controlled vowel there. Put in our, okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes to spell this and then please put it in the Q&A. I want you to listen carefully. My teeth are not close together with a smile. My teeth are a little bit wider apart. Krebler. Not Krebler. So make sure you've got the no I but an A there. It's making a short E sound. My mouth is still a big smile, but my teeth are slightly apart. Krebler. So if you, and then there's an O in after the B, Krebler. I see a lot of you making the vowel sound, not the E sound. I want the E sound in Krebler. Right, let's go ahead and put in our consonants. That's it, Cameron. All right, Sheldon, you just need to change that first vowel from an I to an E. Same Anita, from an I to an E. Joe, you need to add the first vowel sound in there. Krebler. All right, and I'm so pleased that you all have the at the end there. You've got the right Okay, let's do it. We have E, B, L, and Let's put in our vowels. This is going to say the short E sound. You can see my mouth it's not as big as an A, but it's not tiny like an E. My teeth are a little bit wider apart. Krebler, like elephant, egg. All right. Then we have ER at the end saying because that's what we would use at the end of a long word if we hear the R, if we hear at the end. Next one on my side. Okay, I see you all fixed that. Very good. Reagan, you're adding in the beginning, you need to swap your R and your E around. Krebler, not Krebler. Krebler. All right. The next one. I want you to work with me. The word is Plymaker. Plymaker. Also a nice wide A sound. Plymaker. So P-I-M-A-R. Mark the vowels. P-I-M-A-R. It has an R controlled vowel in there. Add the consonants. L-I-M-A-R. I'm going to put in at the end because we know it's going to be ER because that's what you add when you hear at the end of a long word. Our vowels. I. Now this I, can it make the long I sound? Yes, it can because there is a vowel in the next 1 or 2 taps. We need an meper, we need an E here, we need a short E sound. Can this E make the short E sound? Not at the moment because there is a vowel in the next 1 or 2 taps. So we need to add a consonant. If there's not 2, make 2. Now it can make its short E sound. All right, on your side, I want you to spell the word bleemidder. Bleemidder. Bleemid. My teeth are closer together for that final vowel. Bleemidder. B-L-E-E-M-I-D-D-E-R. e, e, d, bli, midder. Beautiful, Reagan. Beautiful, Cameron. Okay. Bli, midder. Bli, midder. Okay, so I see so far everybody has added a double D close to the end there. I'm going to speak about that. Remember, let's get into the word, and then that's it, Joe. Okay, that's it. All right. So we are going to be using a short I sound, and it is allowed to be I where it stands without two D's there because it's a confident rule. But let's start the word first. So bli midde, b, l, I, m, I, d, add the consonants. B, l, I, m, I, d, I'm going to add the R controlled vowel here. Now we're adding E. Can E make its long E sound here? Yes, it can because there is a vowel in the next one or two taps. Now, can I, Sheldon, well done. Can I make its short sound here? I. Can you hear bli midder? I. Can I say I over there? Yes, it can, even though there is it's what it seems to be a tap to. Remember, I is a princess. It's a rule breaker. It's the confident rule. It's a middle syllable. They all mean the same thing. Okay. So the reliable rule breaker, when you use I between two syllables, then it can, let me start again. I can make the short sound E when it's the middle syllable. It's a rule breaker. It's not going to make its long I sound. So you do not need to add a double D there. Okay. You leave one D and that is allowed. All right. So b, l, e, m, I, d, with one D. If you put two, it's okay because there are some words that, and I'm so proud. Obviously, I'm speaking clearly. No one put T there because sometimes your T's do sound like D's. All right, but you all nailed that with the D. Okie dokes, let's go into the next one. I want you to use a descriptor, a nature word now. So we're going to do a nature word, and the word is flern. Flern. Remember, it's a nature word. When you're using nature, what pattern are you going to use? You are. All right, so we're going to go full Let's add our consonants. Full and our vowel, our control vowel, you are. You are will make a sound when it is a nature word. Your word is Cheryl. Cheryl. It is a nature word. Let's pretend it's to do with shiny pearls in the ocean. Okay. Cheryl. Let's mark the vowels. I'm going to give you a minute to work this out. Cheryl. Beautiful. Well done, Reagan. Reagan, you got both of those. Cameron, good job. Yes, Joe. Yes, Rowan. Yes, Sheldon. Yes, Jules. Julie's S25. Okay, Anita, beautiful. All right, there you go. Very good, guys. You got it. So we have SH says sh. Then we have and O. So UR will be our pattern we will be using because we're talking about a nature word. All right, let's do one more. The word I want you to use is going to be a descriptor word, and it is Purdy. Purdy. So try this one on your own. Purdy. D-E. Go ahead and spell it for me. Purdy. It is a descriptor word. We said when we're talking about descriptor words, what are we going to be using? What pattern should we use? We should use IR, per D, and I'm using the E, per D. I'm happy to, Anita, there's no L in the word. Otherwise, everything else is perfect. Great, Sheldon. Per D. Reagan, when we're speaking about, yes, you got it. Sheldon, I made a mistake. This is a descriptor word. It is not to do with temperature and nature. Per D. And when you hear E at the end of a long word, spell it with a Y. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. So Purdy is D-E. Put the consonants in. D-E. Let's add our our patterns. So IR will say when it is a descriptor word. Y at the end of a word will make the long E sound. Purdy. Okay, I got one more. All right, go ahead and do sure me. Sure me. It's going to be a quick one because we've run out of time, but sure me. E. Mark your vowels. Sure me. All right, I see you all corrected, Purdy. Very good. Sure me. Oh, this is a descriptor word, not a nature word. Cameron, it's a descriptor word. Sure me. Beautiful. Joe, Julie, Anita, great. Monica did. All right, so we have E, and because it's a descriptor, we're using IR. And then Y at the end of a long word says E. All right, I know I erased that one. So I'm sorry, Rowan, I think you heard me incorrectly. Sure me. And Sheldon with a lips closed, not a n. Sure me. Otherwise, it's great. Rowan, I'm glad you used the Y at the end of the word. Okay, we are out of time. I would love to stay for longer and carry on helping you, but I need to dash to the reading class. For those of you who are moving over to the reading class, can't wait to see you again. For the rest of you who are leaving us, thank you so much. You're amazing. Keep up the good work. Come back each time, and I will see you on Wednesday. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a fabulous day and evening.